Welcome to the stream and the channel. I am Books Nelson with the At Me Bro Show, and I'm going to do a deep dive on Jamal Crawford here. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, been focusing a lot on the content drops and the spotlights. Dino Raja ruined everybody's day by being so ridiculous. And now we're going to get to this Jamal Crawford. In truth, because I might be putting this card up on the auction block since I'm almost about to unlock that James Harden card, and there's no sense in having both of them, especially now that I'm not going to really make a Knicks squad anymore. Going to focus on my Nets squad. But enough about me, let's talk about Jamal. So first things first, he's got the ridiculous shot ratings of 99 and 99, and 99 layup as well. 85 dunk is good, not absolutely elite, but you throw a shoe on him, get him in a takeover. The card dunks a lot. He bangs on people. And he also has one of the best layup packages in the game. So even when he doesn't get the dunk, he's in a better situation than most cards. The ball handling's at a 99, passing, all that's super great. He has no post game to speak of, but that's not his game at all. He's just here to boogie on people, knock down threes, and occasionally get the wild dunk. For those of you guys who might not have seen Jamal Crawford play as much as some others, he had one of the first in-game off-the-backboard dunks I'd ever seen. I'm not going to say he was absolutely the first, but if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure he did it before McGrady in a regular season game. He just threw the ball off the backboard and dunked it. Self-oop. It was ridiculous. So Jamal Crawford was actually a very good dunker. All of these cards that didn't have him as a dunker, they weren't talking about young Crawford, because he's very good at that. But anyway, perimeter defense is a 91, which is excellent. Rebounding, pretty shabby in the rebounding area. Interior defense, 69. Could be worse, could be better. Blocks at 60, gorgeous 92 steal. That's fantastic. And the lateral quickness, and of course the 99 speed. Now, I will say, this card feels fast, but he doesn't feel like a 99 speed to me. He feels good, don't get me wrong, but just not a 99. He feels, if you guys played Iverson or even Westbrook, they feel like a little bit extra fast, and I would say he doesn't feel that extra fast. So, you know, don't let that 99 speed rating make you think you're going to be running around with the absolute fastest card in the game. I think there's something else in the sauce that makes these cards move faster, or they might just be overkilling speed behind the scenes. I don't know. But he has Hall of Fame clamps, which is excellent. He also has that gold intimidator. So he has basically has the crucial defensive badges on either gold or Hall of Fame. And we see here, again, Hall of Fame, everything when it comes to the finishing, and the most important of all, that slithery is there to get you easier animations. And also we have the golden combination of quick draw and range extender. So this guy basically has everything going for him. Let's look at his animations. First, we'll look at the shot. I'll tell you, so hot zones everywhere is a Galaxy Opal to be expected. And the shot is great. I think he has a really good shot. Pretty fair timing. I wouldn't say he has like a Brandon Roy level of shot, but it's an excellent shot. It's an excellent shot. You spend a few minutes with the shot, and green's all over the place, right? So nothing wrong with his shot there. And we see his leaner is basically the straight up and down shot, which is great for him. You don't have to worry about movings. And let's look at his full court dribbles. He has an okay behind the back, okay between the legs. Nothing absolutely phenomenal there. Look at his crossover full court. He has a big hezzy setup for his crossover, and let's see if he can go behind the crossover behind the back. He can do it, but he has that big setup beforehand. So that's that too. Let's look at his hezzy cross. Very lightning quick, big change of direction on his hesitation crossover, and hesitation same direction, looking really good as well. All right, let's go to those half court dribbles. So first things first, good news. He's got the Pro 3 hezzy, so he's good to go on the perimeter. And he could also put the ball between the legs. He doesn't have the fast Steph Curry version of it, but it's still, you know, it's still good enough to stop and change direction. Especially you mix it in with the Pro 3 hezzy, and he can definitely get glitchy on the perimeter. So he has that stuff going for him. Let's look at some of the other dribbles that he has. So his size up package is one of the good ones. You see the low crouch there with the dribbling, which does allow him to do all of the killer crossover and behind the back combo type stuff like so. He's very swift with it, and I like the way he looks when he does it. Something about this card, he just looks like he knows how to dribble, and I appreciate that. He looks like a crossover guy, you know. So that's his double behind the back. He's got this kind of street ball thing going on with his behind the back, and he does cancel out of it reasonably well. Let's look at his size up. Nothing special when it comes to the size up dribble. Let's see. Oh, let's go to the very important one. So here we go. The dribble I'm most disappointed in with him is his step back. He has that big pause before his step back. It's not, honestly, it's not really useful in any context that I can think of. The big pause doesn't allow it to combo out of everything. out of anything. So it's not useful for creating space. So with Crawford, you definitely have to use his right stick, you know, shooting step back as the step back. The good news is he does launch out of it just fine, right? So he does have a good step back, but you have to do it with the right stick. You can't use his natural step back to create space. You have to use his shooting step back to create space. All right, but again, he does have a great between the legs. This is what he looks like when he's doing the killer crossover. Not the fastest. He's probably about second tier speed with that, but it's still good. You know, next to the best. So I'm loving that move for him. And with this card, let's check out his spin moves real quick. Okay, you know, nothing special in that regard. So this card is definitely more of a crossover style card. You're going to work the crossovers with him a lot. The behind the back stuff is fine with him. It's a real shame about his step back, and honestly, that's probably the thing that's going to get me to move on from the card. It's just he just doesn't have a step back enough. I feel like that really would have unlocked his dribbles for me personally, for my style. Now you see there, he does have a very good momentum dribble. Again, he's a crossover based character, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do think he's a very good card overall, and a good dribbler overall. Just not quite special enough for me to hold on to. Because I'm going to get to James Harden. I'm doing the spotlights so we can go over all of those. And with the Harden and the West and the Crawford here, with Dwayne Wade and Bonga, my point guard positions are kind of stocked up, and he's not good enough to kick anybody out. We'll see if Harden is good enough that I regret selling him, but right now if I sold Crawford, I'd sell him at a bit of a profit, so I kind of have to do that. So anyway, let's look at his peekaboo and his hezzy, his pro hezzy jumper. Excellent, really easy timing on it too. You can kind of feel that it's easy to green with, as you guys see right there. And the same thing, he's got a really nice peekaboo, very, very smooth. And again, with that Hall of Fame range extender, you're good to go in that regard. So let's look at those dunk packages and layup packages. So here's his strong hand dunk. He dunks kind of like he did in real life. He's got that kind of wiry, loosey-goosey speediness to him. He doesn't jump super high, but he has this like agility to him. So he's not like one of the best dunkers in the game by any stretch, but he definitely finishes in a solid way, especially for in-game dunks. He should be pretty good in that regard. Again, not a slasher by his very core, but when he's in that role, he's not going to give you any problems. As we see here, gorgeous dunk right there. Just really gorgeous dunk. Let's look at the offhand dunks. No real alarm bells with his dunk packages. You know, even his offhand dunk was pretty smooth, not much of a gather there. So again, same thing kind of with the dribbles, where it's like he's solid at everything and excellent at the shooting, and he's got good speed and everything else. So you can really get off with this card and use him to full effect. And he does have the behind the back teleport. I didn't mention that, but he has that as well. So he kind of, outside of the step back, he really does have a decent version of everything. You see his behind the back there. Again, not elite, but a very good behind the back. And I'll show that other behind the back combo real quick. That's a between the legs one. Again, works very well in a half court. So this is definitely a card that you can boogie with, you can get off with, you can do a lot of stuff with. But I think his SIGs, for me personally, are just not my style. But I think there are some people that could really fall in love with this card because he is more to their style. Excellent shooter, solid dunker, great speed, great defensive badges. At 6'5", he's an excellent height at point guard. He's small enough that he's got all of the lightning quick, pro hezzy, and peekaboo slash behind the back pull up stuff. But he's also tall enough that he's going to hold his own in general matchup. He's not like insanely undersized or anything like that. Let's look at those layup packages where he really kind of shines. He's got this tricky stuff. You saw he had a little kind of glitchy speed boost in that layup. A lot of guys have slowdowns on layups like this, but he's got like this kind of glitchiness to it that I think makes him just a little shifty. Along with the fact that he has that slithery. And you see there, again, nice speed up on his layups. He's one of the few cards in the game that I think you could really rely on his layup package. You see that? He kind of gets into an extra little run. I don't know if is it a signature layup package? I believe he might be one of the guys with a signature layup package. And if anything else, that's one of the best reasons to play this card, because it's like layups can be so unreliable in this game, and he's a guy that I do feel is more reliable than most with his layup package. Show a couple more, see some cradles. I mean, look at that. That's cute. That's just a cute move. Look at another one. And because he has a signature layup package, it's also very reliable in terms of what you're going to get. So that's going to just about wrap it up for Jamal Crawford. You said Crawford or Trey. Hey, Mazik Jr., what's up, what's up, what's up? Great to see you in the chat, bro. See you. Yo, man, how you going to let your father win at a game? Don't let him win at anything, man. We have to keep the world a happy place, and every time he wins at something, the world gets worse. Great to see you in chat, though. Crawford or Trey? I mean, Crawford's bigger, and for that reason is probably a much better defensive player. But I would say if I was just trying to run offense and just like, hey, look, if you got Ben Simmons, you're going to dunk, have at it. But I'm going to come back at you and get threes. I might lean towards Trey because Trey has some nasty sigs, and I do think might just be a little bit better at generating those 3-point shots. But I mean, if I was being a responsible person, I would say definitely Crawford every day of the week. But depending on your play style, I could see some people. Like I said, I think that Trey offensively, he can really generate some buckets, and he could generate buckets from the 3-point range and from really far away. So it's not that Crawford can't do that. I just think Trey might be elite at that. Yeah, and that's the thing. Trey, as Mazik Jr. says in the chat there, Trey is just a problem on defense, and the issue is a Galaxy Opal. That's a real bummer to be a problem on defense as a Galaxy Opal. But at the same time, Trey is like less than half the price of Jamal Crawford as well. So like Crawford's going for about 200K right now. So that's up to you as well. But I like both cards offensively. Jamal Crawford's much better defensively, and also Jamal Crawford's a much better dunker. So it's up to you in terms of what you need more. But I do like Trey's sigs a little more. And, and this is silly, but because Trey is kind of bad defensively, there's a little more of actually trying to be Trey Young when you're playing Trey Young. Whereas Jamal Crawford, he's not really Jamal Crawford anymore once you make him this good defensively. And there we go, another absolutely gorgeous dunk. So yeah, he's on par with the James Hardens and the Zach LaVines of the world, according to what I'm seeing from what people are saying. But I have to get my hands on that Zach LaVine, and you guys will see how he compares to James Harden very, very soon. But as you see here, Hall of Fame difficulty, tons of green releases, big old fat green window, excellent shooter. Honestly, I would say overall I would recommend the card. I think he's a fantastic card. If I wasn't getting the Harden, I would definitely be holding on to him. But since I am getting the Harden, they're basically, unless I get the Harden and he just is terrible, they're basically identical cards. And so I'm personally not going to hold on to Crawford. But I do like the card, and if I had 2 million MT, I'd probably keep him. But as it is, he's 180 to 200,000 MT just sitting here that I'm probably not going to use. And if I want him, I'll just buy him back. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for the Jamal Crawford deep dive. Overall, he's got a lot of things going in his favor, most notably. He's got the Pro 3 hesitation. He's also got this wonderful, super fast crossover that's just really great in general. Very good for the double cross and stuff like that. And obviously, like any card, he has the behind the back, but he also has the signature dribble package that allows him to capitalize off that behind the back with a few extra combos that a lot of other cards don't have access to. So that's going to wrap it up for Jamal. I hope that was informative for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.